and welcome to the 2013 season of Hockomock League football with the Warriors of Foxborough High School. Today's matchup is between the Foxborough Warriors and the Eagles of Sharon High School, coming to you from the John J. Ahern Field in Foxborough. Bringing you all of today's exciting football action are Doug Seuss and Frank Jaffoon. Now, let's join Doug and Frank down on the field for today's pregame commentary.
Hard work over the years. Our first cheerleader is Rachel Behanna. She's accompanied by her parents Nancy and John Behanna. Our next cheerleader is Ashley Cicero, accompanied by her mom June Cicero. Olivia Darcy couldn't be with us today as she's away with her father visiting colleges. Anna Stamatos, accompanied by her parents, Mara and George Stamatos. Montana Talley, accompanied by her parents, Bill and Carol Talley. Katie Theos, accompanied by her parents, Jenny and Tom Theos. Now, Foxborough Warrior football players. Number 1, Will LeBron, accompanied by his parents, Liz and Freddie LeBron. Number 4, Captain Gerard Darcy, accompanied by his mom, Sharon, sister Aubrey, and his brother Paul. Number 5, Connor Longley, accompanied by his parents, Pat and Kathy Longley. Hold on a minute, we got some last minute changes. Our next senior player, Captain number 10, Jess Todd, accompanied by his mother, Kristen and Joe Todd. Number 11, Captain Tim O'Halloran, accompanied by his parents, Karen and Bob O'Halloran. Number 15, Austin Gutierrez, accompanied by his mother, Darcy and Steve Hassett. Number 20, Matt Anastasi, accompanied by his father, John Anastasi. Number 24, Jack Lane, accompanied by his parents, Mike and Mary Lane. Number 26, Chris Loftus, accompanied by his parents, Richard and Maureen Loftus. Number 34, Blaine Newhook, accompanied by his parents, Lisa and Mark Newhook, and his sister, Marky. Number 40, Harry McComb, accompanied by his parents, Jill and Rick McComb. Number 43, Aiden Smith, accompanied by his parents, Sheila and Bob Smith. Number 44, Captain Salman Alam, accompanied by his mom, Riyasat Bibi, and his uncle, Muhammad Khan. Number 45, Captain Luke Valenza, accompanied by his father, Chuck Valenza. Number 50, Derek Gunn, accompanied by his mom, Barbara, his dad, Tom, and his sister, Carrie Ann. Number 54, Chris Malloy, accompanied by his parents, Heather and Bob Malloy. Number 55, Brendan Duffy, accompanied by his parents, PJ and Janice Duffy. Number 57, Bruce Rowland, accompanied by his parents, Candace and Bruce Rowland. Number 65, Jonathan Tang, accompanied by his mother, Lorraine Tang. Number 66, Brendan Kelly, accompanied by his mom, Karen Arsham Kelly, and his father, Damian Kelly. Number 72, Captain Zach Smith, accompanied by his grandfather, Ronald Demers, and his mom, Joan Tracy Demers Smith. Number 76, Scott Fisher, accompanied by his parents, Dave and Claire Fisher. Number 82, Jack Shona, accompanied by his parents, Michelle and Jack Shona. Number 88, Kevin Martinetti, accompanied by his parents, Massimo and Nancy Martinetti. Number 89, Brendan Lally, accompanied by his parents, Joseph and Anne Marie Lally. Number 95, Trey Barrows, accompanied by his mother, Barbara Barrows. Number 39, Romero Rose, accompanied by his mom, Paula Haskins, and sister, Aaliyah. That concludes the festivities for senior night. Thank you.
This one is Mike, and there's another one, Joe.
Okay, everybody, welcome to another edition of Foxborough High School Warrior Football. Tonight's contest is the Sharon Eagles visiting here at the Ahern Field. Both teams come in at 1-1. I'm Doug Seuss, my partner Frank Jaffoon as always. And Frank, what are we going to see tonight? What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what. This is not your mother Sharon football team, Doug. The last couple of years, David Morris has done a wonderful job over there turning that program around, as evidenced by the fact that they won the Super Bowl last year. Every time we play these guys the seniors haven't beaten Sharon.
Okay.
The seniors have not beaten Sharon. They come in 1-2, easily can be 3-0 right now. They lost one game by a touchdown, another game by 2 points. One last week. Foxborough's in for a fight tonight. They're in for a fight because whoever loses this game is in danger of being knocked out of the playoffs early.
Now, you mentioned that Sharon won the Super Bowl last year. I mean, never in my lifetime I would have thought I'd heard that expression, Sharon Super Bowl champions. But this coach, David Morris, has had a lot to do with it. But Sharon has also generated a lot of talent in their town over the last few years.
Yep.
And you're right about this group. Our seniors, through Pop Warner, lost every year in a championship against Sharon.
Yeah, no, they're having a lot of success with some younger kids coming into the program. Morris's father was a great standby, Rocky Morris over in Norwood, developing a program over there. And David has just come through that system, and he's a young man. I think he's only 27 years old, and to do the things that he's done in Sharon, I liken I look back to last year after the Super Bowl, and I was looking at one of the newspapers, and it said, "Hell has frozen over. Sharon has won." And I'll tell you what, a lot of people felt the same way about them, but they're a good football program now, getting better. And I think we're gonna see a really good football game here tonight, Doug.
All right, in Foxborough, we got a couple key injuries we noticed prior to the start of the game. Captain Tim O'Halloran, who was one of their weapons on offense, he's out of the lineup, and a couple linemen, Necto Uzanidis and Loveboat here, Mr. Lovely, Connor Lovely.
We're not in good shape, especially up front, and we were thin to begin with up front.
Yep.
We got a young offensive line, junior-laden offensive line, just like Sharon. They got a very good junior class. So the future's probably going to be next year for both of these teams, but they're going to be fighting tooth and nail to win this game. All
right. Well, it's senior night here at the Ahern Field. We just had a long ceremony between the cheerleaders and the football players being introduced to their parents. We're about to have the coin toss, so we'll go down onto the field because I think they're going to have a camera probably close enough inside that we may be able to pick up what's going on out there.
2013 Foxborough Warriors. The record of 1 win and 2 losses. Taking the coin toss for the Sharon Eagles. Number 1, Captain Eric Kirchner. Number 11, Captain Sean O'Neill. Number 45, Captain Frank Sullivan. And for the Warriors of Foxborough, number 4, Captain Gerard Darcy. Number 10, Captain Jeff Tara. Number 11, Captain Tim O'Halloran. Number 44, Captain Salman Alam. Number 45, Captain Luke Valenza. And number 72, Captain Zach Smith.
Well, it looks like Foxborough may have won the toss and deferred to the second half, so Sharon will be receiving. Foxborough will be defending the concession stand side of the field. And as this game progresses too, Frank and I will both talk a little bit about the playoff format and how it's starting to shape up even after 3 weeks. So we'll have more on that during the course of the game. Right now we're going to break away for the singing of the national anthem. The high school band is here tonight, so we're going to hear them play. Well, Frank, it seems like it's been a long time since we were last here. We opened up the season at home with Walpole, and then it was a away game, a bye week, another away game, whatever, and we're back home. So it's been a while.
Yeah, we got to make the most of this home game, Doug, because we're going away for 2 more weeks after this.
Yeah, we are.
And then we come back and we got to play a very, very tough Stoughton team. So this is a huge game for Foxborough right here tonight. If they can win this game, they can get some momentum, and that Stoughton game is going to mean everything coming here on the 7th week of the season. So we've got to win this game tonight, and the next 2 games should be less troublesome. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Anything's possible. I mean, we could go over at Oliver Ames against a very good Oliver Ames team, another program that's gotten stronger in the recent years. 0-0 at the end of 1, and then Foxborough's down 23-0 at the half.
Right.
Games change quickly, as both you and I know, and it's all about who can be more resilient and bounce back when they're faced with adversity. So Foxborough will be kicking off. Teeing up for the Warriors, I believe it's Kyle Will, the kicker, junior kicker, number 15. Actually 16, I'll check that, that's Kyle. And a very good boot down at the 1-yard line. Sharon's gonna try and bring this out. A nice little return here. Ball's loose on the ground.
Lost the ball, and I think
Great
Foxborough
hit.
got it too. I think Foxborough got this football.
The return guy, he's still down. He took a good hit. Looks like number 28.
Nope, they're calling Sharon football.
Sharon's football.
Yep.
So there's a break right there.
Boy,
on the pile, number 32 for Sharon comes out of that. Jake Coughlin.
Well,
that was huge right there. That could have been a big hole for Sharon.
Kyle Will basically drilled that ball down to the 1-yard line, and I think that may have been numbers. Just trying to pick those up.
32, the one who recovered.
Recovered. I think 28 was Elizabeth, who might have been the return guy. He took a shot. So Sharon will start their first series inside their own 20-yard line. Looks like the 18.
Sean O'Neill, excellent senior quarterback, Doug. And I think that's their feature back, Elisma, right there, isn't it?
Sharon Eagles, is that Elisma? Okay, that's number 2,
no,
actually.
Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith, and he basically picks up about 3 yards on the play. Ran into a host of blue jerseys right at the line of scrimmage, was able to squeeze out a couple yards.
Maybe you can tell the folks about this kid Elisma.
Elisma is quite the ball player. He was a star even on last year's team in the Super Bowl. We'll come back to that in a second. The ball's on the ground.
Wow.
That's just a miss snap right there. Sharon, again, having trouble holding on the ball. Sean O'Neill was fortunate enough to fall on that. Elisma, back when he was playing in his Pop Warner days, was like a lightning bolt. A kid, I believe his name was Sean Asnez, was their power runner. And last year, he was a leading force in the win over Foxborough over at Sharon. More known for his defensive play, but Elisma can run. This kid, similar to some of the other scat backs we've seen in years past, if they get outside, it's all about nail it home for a touchdown. So we get a 3rd and long here, about 3rd and 14. O'Neill goes back to pass. He's going deep with this one. He's overthrown his receiver by a lot.
He shows a good arm, though, doesn't he?
That was a very strong throw there, Frank. It's just his receiver obviously maybe ran a different pattern than he thought. He certainly didn't run out. He pulled up, it looked like about the 40-yard line.
You know, one thing you can say, Doug, about these Sharon football teams in the last couple of years, they have talent.
They do.
They have talent.
They always had a couple kids, but they have a lot more than a couple these days.
They're stronger, they're bigger, they're faster.
They got a nice little
That's
kick
a pretty
here.
good punt right there. Yep.
And that's Buzniak. Fields it at the midfield. He's weaving his way in. He's still on his feet. Takes a couple pops there, but not until he picks up a good 20 yards on that return, it looks like.
There goes a flag now.
Might have some unsportsmanlike activity.
I think we got it on Foxborough, too.
That would be a shame.
Yep. It is a shame. I think it was a taunting call, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, Buzzy fields this on the run. He's about midfield. You can see some nice moves on his part. A couple good blocks here. and he gets bottled up, but, you know, he doesn't go down easy. Now, where the flag comes in could be right around here. Somebody might give a little shove or something, or we didn't see it, but basically it wiped out his return. Foxborough will set up on the 49 of Sharon, but they lost all the yardage that Buzzy picked up on that nice return. So we have Rogers at Q, and he hands off straight ahead. This is Neal, and he's breaking tackles.
He's going for about 15, Doug.
Yep. We get number 37 for the Warriors. Keon Neal. Not the number you generally see on your star running back. So Foxborough loves this pistol formation. They get twins to the left. Rogers again takes a shotgun snap. He hands off inside to Valenza, who pounds it off tackle for about 6 good yards.
Yeah, he ran very hard on that play. That's a good sign right there. If both of those kids can run like they just ran those 2 plays, we're going to be in good shape.
Foxborough attacking the heart of the Sharon line on their first 2 plays here. Nothing fancy about that, Frank.
No, that's just good old Foxborough power running.
Again, we have the pistol formation. Neal's directly behind Rogers. He takes the handoff, and he finds a seam over there.
He's got another first down.
He does. It didn't look like there was much there. He ran outside the end, and Sharon had a couple defenders there, but Neal slid right through him, picked up about 10 yards. So 3 plays, and Foxborough's got two first downs.
Let's take a peek off left tackle.
And 52 gave him a nice little block there for the Warriors. Bear with us. We got to get used to these kids' numbers again, but for the Warriors, number 50.
Liam Whiting.
Liam Whiting with a nice block. So Foxborough now spreads it out to the right side. Todd's in the slot, and
I think we got a little miscommunication.
yeah,
there.
Rogers ends up with a keeper there.
Somebody missed a call.
He basically gains nothing on that. Yeah, it might have been a misread or something.
Can we get this one, Mike? Again, I just want to see what happened here.
We're at the 20. Nope.
I guess we're not going to be able to
All
grab
right,
that
so we
one.
have a 2nd and 10, and we send out Tommy Rogers and Jess Todd to the short side of the field. And Neal, once again, is going to take it. He's going to try the left side. He bounces off a couple tacklers. This is all Neal right here.
Oh, yeah.
He gets the first down, but that's a great run. Keon Neal basically had 0 blocking after he broke the line of scrimmage. And Foxborough's going to be going 1st and goal here.
Let's take a look at the previous play here, see what happened. There's a snap.
Yeah, he
to
wasn't even
Rogers.
ready for it.
No, wasn't ready for the snap. Maybe the center snapped a little
Center
early.
snapped a little early. It looks like you're right, because Rogers was lucky he caught the ball. It came right up in his grill.
Why would we put it up, Doug? We're just pounding him. We're just pounding right now.
Absolutely. You got to ground this thing right in there. Run behind that line. They're doing a great job. And there's Valenza. And Lukey.
Smith, he did a great job. He pulled. No, I'm sorry. Brendan Kelly was the pulling right guard on that play.
Went right up like a trap play, Frank.
Yeah, it was just straight up trap, and he blocked the inside tackle, and it was a great hole there.
Yep, he picks up like 3 yards. So we're down about the 7-yard line. 2nd and goal. Sharon in their goal line defense basically have rolled up their linebackers and D-backs. And we're going to see Neal. He hurdles over. He's going to get in. That's a good, nice sweet run there, huh?
Nice run. Nice run.
Goes to the right side this time. Gets 1 block, and then he just hurdles through the line of scrimmage and danced right into the end zone, untouched almost. Keon Neal with quite a few solid runs on that series. Now we'll see Kyle Will with Buzniak holding. Foxborough's got a lineman coming in late. Never forget what teams you're on.
How many times you go over that in practice?
I think he shanked it.
I think he's left. He missed it.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle Will with a lot of leg there, but far left. So Warriors break ice 6-0 on their first drive with 5:49 remaining in the first quarter. Take it, Frank.
Here's a nice watch the outbreak here by Neal. Nice hurdling. Good run.
The block there,
Yep.
we can see it one more time. Watch Valenza just takes this guy's legs right out. Luke Valenza is your lead blocker. If we can see it one more time, this is what a good running back does when the blocking back.
Let's take a look at number 45.
Look, he
He
got away with a hold.
Holy cow.
He got away with a hold, but basically what you're doing, you're taking your opponent out. And,
Yep.
you know, I quite frankly, I teach my kids, you know, it's within the rules, but I tell them to cut block. When the back come out of that backfield, we're running that sweep. I tell them to cut block.
Yep.
You know, it opens up a lot of opportunities for you. So Valenza gets away with a hold. Neal gets a touchdown. Foxborough's up 6-0.
Well, that's a good start. That's
is.
a good start. Not a ball thrown in the air either, and they took off half the period, Doug.
Okay, another good boot by Kyle. This one's going to drive back inside the 5 again.
And that's Tyler Smith returning the ball for Sharon.
Yep, and 25 on the tackle for the Warriors is Nyleek Feaster. So they do come out across the 20-yard line, but again, Kyle Will's leg has pinned the Sharon Eagles deep in their own territory to start a series.
Let's take a look at Tyler Smith here, feeling his way through the
He's a pretty good-sized
through the
kid.
mob. Yep.
Textbook tackle by Feaster right there. Wrapped him right up. So Sharon comes out, and we're going to try a straight-ahead power, but he bounces it to the outside. Who is this? This could be that Elisma right there, I believe.
I don't know.
He runs out of bounds.
Is that 22?
It's 28.
28.
Yes, they
Yes, that is
them
Elisma.
fancy. They got
Yep.
those fancy numbers that are partial gold and partial maroon.
Yeah. And they're tough to see, too.
They're tough as well. We're happy that Foxborough's wearing their blues tonight.
So we can identify a few people.
We just got to remember who they are.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's been a month since we were last here. So we get a first down carry out of Elisma. And Sharon breaks out again. They're in a power I. O'Neal takes a snap, and once again, you're going to see Elisma. And this is what I was talking about, that kid's speed. Nice tackle, though, right there. Number 1 for the Warriors is right in his face there. It's Will LeBron. Makes a big stop after a short gain of about 3 yards.
You can see his feet are quick. I'll tell you what, if he gets in the open, he's going to be tough to handle.
Absolutely. Got a nice stiff arm, too. I mean, LeBron stayed with him, got his shoulder into his waist area to make that play, but Elisma was giving him the stiff arm the whole time.
That was a good play.
So second and about 7. Sharon remains in the power I. They got twin receivers to the wide side of the field. We got a blitz.
Oh, boy.
I believe that was Valenza, shot the gap, and O'Neal never had a chance.
Well, you know what? They smelled that out. That was a great call by the defensive coordinator. Just as soon as he came up to the line of scrimmage, watch both linebackers fill the gaps.
There you go.
Valenza was untouched almost.
Yay.
Yep.
Pretty much.
They smelled that one out.
So a loss of like 8 brings up a 3rd and 13. The ball is resting now squarely on the 30-yard line of the Sharon Eagles. Coming down to 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter here.
They got a fullback in the backfield. This is definitely going to pick up one of these linebackers.
Foxborough can come with a blitz right here.
Yeah, and here, nope, nobody coming.
Nope.
Nobody coming.
Nice little pass play.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
They spread the defense. They had 4 receivers in the formation, twins right and left, and they had the single back, and Foxborough just didn't have the tight coverage. 32, I believe that was, Frank.
Yeah, that was, no, was it 32 or 23? Bryce Smith, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell. Let's see if we can pick it up over here.
Good ground level shot. Yeah, it's 23.
23.
My dyslexia kicked in there. Bryce Smith. I had the numbers reversed. Oh, we got a loose ball. And Foxborough has it.
Foxborough's got the ball. What a play that was.
Again, and I believe it was Valenza might have been at the bottom of that.
That was a great defensive call again. If they blitzed again, they just filled hard.
Well, Sharon picks up 2 first downs and then turns the ball over in their own territory.
So far, excellent defensive calling by the coordinator there.
Yep. And Foxborough's going to open it up a little bit too. They got wide receivers left and right. We could see Rogers' first pass of the game. Nope. Neal's just going to barrel ahead. He's got about 6-7 yards. That's power football. He's He's running right up the heart. He's running behind Booth.
17 on Neal.
Nice tackle by London Chandler. I was told he was a pretty good football player in the middle here. So they got pretty good linebackers. Last year they had a great linebacker, defensive player of the year in the Hockomock League at 145 pounds, if I can remember the kid's name. But he was a terrific football player.
Is Asnes, I believe.
No, Asnes was the running back.
He was the running back,
Yep.
okay. So here we go. We're showing twins to the near side. And long count. Sharon jumps, but it looks like they may have got back.
Yep, they may have gotten back.
Neal gets nothing for the first time. Foxborough tried to draw Sharon off on a long count to no avail. And
Offsides on the
they did get
defense.
call.
We're gonna
I didn't see a
replay
flag
second
anywhere,
down.
but they did get offsides
Actually,
on
it's
the
gonna be-
defense. Flags on the ground. We're shielded by the Foxborough Warrior bench. That's where it was dropped.
Yep.
So we get a free first down out of that. A 5-yard penalty marks it off. Up front for the Warriors, we have Zach Smith, number 72, and with Brian Booth, both good-sized guys.
Brendan Kelly,
Brendan
one of
Kelly.
the guards.
And now we're going to see a little play-action pass, and Valenza takes a little out pass in the flat. Takes a few guys to drop him down, led by number 69, Adrian Lingo.
Let's take a peek. Little play action here. One's out of the backfield. Nice stick by 23.
23 came up, yeah.
Yep. Still a gain of about
Bryce Smith,
3.
Bryce Smith with the first hit. So Rogers' first pass is complete. And we'll see Tommy Rogers and Jess Todd split to the left on the far side. And Valenza is going to take that inside handoff with that read option.
It's a gain of about 2.
Yep. Got a little bit of work to do here on third down. Inside the 30-yard line as we come down under 2 minutes.
29 yard line. Third down and 5.
3rd and 5 from the 29. What do you got for play here, Frank?
Well, I'm looking tight end. Maybe a little play action, freeze them, and then break the tight end out here.
And again, with the long count, we're going to get another free 5 out of this.
Yeah.
Neal's going to be close to the first down anyhow on the carry, but I think we get another 5 out of
I
this.
didn't see a flag unless it's on our side, Doug.
Boy, that was darn close. They're going to mark him short. There was no flag.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Boy,
about
I
4th
thought-
and 1.
I definitely thought they had him.
No, he didn't
No.
cross the neutral zone.
Well, good discipline on the Foxborough Warriors part, though, too. I mean, when you got a quarterback that's given a hard cadence, a hard count there, it's easy for your own offensive lineman to jump sometimes.
Right.
So
Well, we got a 4th and 1 right here. I'm going with Valenza.
Yeah. Sharon might end up
Loading up
in the middle like a goal line defense.
That's exactly what they're doing.
That number 74, Travis Summers, is a big boy playing nose.
Yep.
And they got like a 6-man front right there. Linebackers are rolled up, and Neal's going to take it, and he's going to rip right through the middle. And that's the danger of when you load up the box.
That's it. Because all he has to do is find a seam, and there's no linebackers there.
Nothing there. So we get a 29-yard touchdown run out of Mr. Neal. He's got two TDs so far in this game. Sharon gambled, and it didn't pay off, so looks like the Warriors are going to try and go for 2 here to make up for the missed extra point kick. Yep, Rogers goes out with a play from the sidelines. Wouldn't change too much right there. It's only a 3-yard play that you got to come up with, your best 3-yard play. And Rogers is going to keep it nice. Does the read option with the fake to Neal.
Hit the ball well.
He
Hit the
did.
ball well.
He did. He's athletic enough. He turned the corner, basically untouched. So nice play call there by Coach Badiri. And the Warriors get 2 more points to take it 14-0. 58.7 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Boy, this looks like. Yeah, let's take a look at the touchdown here. This looks like a completely different Foxborough team tonight.
Huge hole right there.
Yep.
Smith with a great block. Zach Smith, I could have ran through that hole.
Yep.
That was a great block. And when you got Neal's speed, it's over and done with.
Yep.
Very encouraging so far. You're right, Frank. This is a different looking Foxborough team. It's just everyone's like kind of blocking down, and you can see 72. That's Smith. He just sealed off that middle zone. So Kyle Will tees it up. So far, he's had 2 deep kicks.
Sharon has to answer on this drive, Doug, or this is going to be a tough shape. They're going to be in tough shape.
This is going to be a squib kick, and it goes through the legs of Mr. Smith back there. And wow, he's got some room. Kyle Will has to try and slow him. Nice tackle by Kyle Will.
Yeah, that's a saver.
A saver
right
right there is right. Tyler Smith on the return. Foxborough special teams unable to pin him in after he bobbled the kick. And Sharon has their best starting position of the game out at their own 44-yard line.
Got a little bit of a fog rolling in here at the Ahern School tonight, too.
Yeah, strange. The weatherman, of course, always being right. Today they said there would be a slight chance of occasional sprinkles, and then we had like a steady downpour most of the day.
About 2 inches.
Yep. Yeah, Foxborough showing blitz again. They back off, and his little spot pass out. This is Elisma. And
he's pretty close to another first down.
Actually, check that. That's 23. That's our other.
Bryce Smith.
Yeah, Smith. We got Tyler Smith and Bryce Smith. Could be related. You never know, but both of them are skill players for the Sharon Eagles. And we
if I'm not mistaken, they're both sophomores too. Both sophomores. Both they're twins.
Okay. Well, they're certainly exciting when they get their hands on the ball. So it is a gain of 9. Foxborough, again, crowding the box.
Boy,
and,
40 there goes the ball
ball's
again.
down again.
Ball's gone again, I think. I think they got it back this time. Yeah, they did.
Solomon Alam shot the gap there and was the first one to make contact, and that'll end the quarter. But a loss of like 6. Big play. Foxborough defense once again rises to the occasion.
I got to tell you, they got to get O'Neal out of the center and get him in a shotgun.
Alam right there. I mean, great play on his part. They're worried about Valenza.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Everyone knows Valenza's a wrecking train, and you're trying to make sure you're getting a shoulder or a helmet on him, and you forget that Alam is pretty darn quick too, and he took full advantage of that play. Almost came up with another turnover.
Defense is playing very well, especially up front, Doug.
Yep. So, all right, we're going to shoot down to the field. Dave Carty's once again joining us. Go ahead, Dave. Well, I'm not sure if you heard it, Dave, there at home. Dave, once again, our home opener this year. It's a new feature here at Cable 8. Getting Dave Carty, the sports editor at the Foxborough Reporter, involved with our game activities, giving us some insight from the sidelines. So Sharon will start the second quarter at their own 47-yard line.
Oh, there's offsides on Foxborough.
There's definitely movement in there
Send
somewhere.
ball, false start, number 50.
Oh, no, he's got a procedure on O'Neal.
Well, just when Sharon didn't need to make a mistake, they come up with another one. They're going to lose another 5, and this will bring up a real long situation, 3rd and 11. They had a motion guy go. May have been, maybe somebody was going down to get set when he went into motion. You can't have 2 guys doing that. So Sharon breaks the huddle. O'Neal back in the shotgun. He's got twin receivers right and left. And he takes a snap. He's got time. Gets the pass off. A nice tackle, Buzniak over there. And that was Elisma, number 28 on the reception. And Buzniak with a short tackle stops him about 5 yards shy of the first down marker. He's got time.
Take a look at O'Neal here. Nice arm. Nice play. Nice play.
Yeah.
Nice play by Buzzy.
So Sharon's going for it here. 4th and a long 5. They may try and draw the Warriors off. They look like, oh, they're going. There's another a pump fake, and O'Neal's going deep. And LeBron does a great job of getting in position to break that play up. Looked like
it was underthrown, but
it was
a great play by the defensive back, though.
Very easily could have been called for interference if he doesn't turn around.
Sure. Let's take a peek. There's a little pushing going on, too. Yeah, you're right. I think they got away with one.
That was Lisma. They sent Lisma on a fly,
yep.
And O'Neal did the pump fake. And if he gets his arm into that, he may have something. But LeBron gets back, turns around, knocks the ball down, and the Warriors take over at the Sharon 49-yard line. And they're like a shark smelling blood right now. And here's Mr. Neal again, and he breaks one for about 4 yards to the Sharon 45-yard line. Running behind that right side.
He's a deceptive kid. That I'll tell you, he takes a stutter step, boom, and then 3 steps, he's gone.
Yep.
He's a nice football. I think he's only a junior.
He's only a junior,
yeah.
And I think we got a similar situation as to what we saw last year with Kevon Howard, who came in as a junior, made some noise, and then had a fantastic senior year.
Right.
Last year for the Warriors. Coach Marnelli thinks, or he's actually claimed that he may have been the best back he's ever coached. So Neal's showing some good stuff, and now we got Valenzo on a little misdirection.
That's a great play by 5, London Chandler. Talking about the linebacker from Sharon. That's the old crisscross play, the old scissors play. All the direction going to the right, coming back. Let's take a peek here. Everybody moving right, and here comes Valenza back. But they stayed at home and made the play. Good job. Right. 3rd and about 7 right now, Doug. What's your call?
I think, I'd like to see a little screen here, but I'm not sure we're going to see it.
Yeah, we got two plays to get 7 yards.
2 plays to
with
get
2
7
pretty
yards.
good running backs.
Yeah. We do have a tight end to the left side here, and what we're going to have a timeout. I think Sharon's asking for a timeout. Well, we got a break here, Frank. Let's talk a little bit about the playoff format. How it's starting to shape up. Looking at the newspaper earlier this week, the Sun Chronicle, one of the things I picked up, it was talking about, because it's an 18 playoff per division, and it says 8 teams will qualify for the playoffs in each division, although not all of them will be based upon the power rankings, which is what we've heard a lot about.
Right.
All right, Foxborough comes out. We'll come back to this in a minute.
Get back to that in a second. Big play right here, 3rd and 7. From the shotgun.
Do we get a play action pass? We do. And we get 2 receivers in the pattern, and one of them comes up with it, number 13 for the Warriors.
Boy,
somehow.
That looked like the ball went through the first guy's hands.
Yeah, it did. Derek Gilreath somehow comes up with that catch.
We got to see that one again, Mike. That's a strange play right there. 2 guys being within a foot of each other.
Really?
Let's take a look at this play.
Gilreath ends up with the ball.
No, that's the play before.
But it was a good play action pass by Rogers.
Yep.
But for whatever reason, he had 2 blue jerseys literally side by side.
In a flooded zone.
And they do get the first down, and they're down at the 34-yard line. And now we're going to see Neal try the left side. He dances, and again, the moves. He'll pick up 4 yards to get down to the 30. So anyhow, going back to the playoff thing here, again, I'll continue reading right out of the newspaper, if you don't mind. It says leagues of 5 or more members will send 2 automatic qualifiers into the playoffs by their own determination, while leagues of fewer than 5 will have 1 automatic qualifier. So, for instance, the Hawkmock League, split into 2 6-team divisions, will send the first and second place teams.
Okay, let's take a look at Rogers.
All right, and not quite. No, it was Todd. So Todd was over there, and Gilreath ends up with the ball. So here we go, 2nd down. Todd goes in motion, and Rogers is going up top again. He's got Gilreath down the side. He throws it just outside his reach. Incomplete pass. So just finish up, and then Frank can talk about the rankings. So it says the first and second place teams, based on the Hawkmock League, both teams will go to the playoffs regardless of the power rankings. And then the remaining playoff berths in each division will be filled according to the power rankings. So where's Foxborough sitting right now, Frank, after 3 weeks?
Right now, we're basically in the middle of the pack. Out of the 16 teams in our region, if for lack of a better word, our division, we're number 10.
Okay. Draw play to Valenza, and he gets a big hole.
Big hole, and he got through it quickly, too.
Yeah, he did. He picks up about 17 yards right there.
So great run by Luke Valenza and great blocking up front. Let's take another peek. We're down to the 15.
Just a nice little draw play. You know, right through the heart of the Sharon defense, and he just bounces off the last couple of defenders. And again, we see at the bottom pile there, Tyler Smith, one of them, number 2.
Picture it. I guess we can say, well, here let's go to the play here.
So we have a first down.
We'll get this information to you slowly.
Yes, we're slow to begin with. So again, long count, and Neal's going to dance into the middle. He spins away from one tackler.
And there's Chandler again. Nice play by Chandler. London Chandler, number 5, probably their top defensive player.
Absolutely.
Very good linebacker. Not a big kid, about 5'11", 185 pounds. Okay, getting back to the rankings, the power rankings. Picture this. We want to play the best teams we can play because each win is going to be assigned a number. Mm-hmm. Okay? Each loss is going to be assigned a number. Okay, so we got that, so let's flip back to the field.
Yeah. All right, Foxborough breaks out again. We're showing wide receivers left and right. And we're going to see Neal fall in Valenza's block, but this time he's trapped in a backfield. Number 45 for Sharon and number 1 are there. So we got Eric Kushner in number 1 and number 45, Frank Sullivan, both captains on Sharon Eagles.
Okay, so Foxborough plays Walpole the very first game, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
If we beat Walpole, we get 10 points.
Okay.
If we lose to Walpole, we get 6 points. Okay? The reason for that is they're playing in a league that's above us.
Okay.
Okay? They're playing in a more populous league, so to speak. They're I think it's the Herget division.
Of the Bay State.
Of the Bay State League. Now, the ironic thing about that, and everybody talks about it, why haven't we been playing Walpole for a long time? They're right across Route 1. It's
right.
A perfect natural rivalry.
Sure
well, the
is.
reason it was because the Bay State League is and most everybody knows who's listening to this who follows football, they have 2 divisions. And they're playing all the teams they don't get a chance to play out of their league.
They just cross over.
They just cross over and play in the other division. So the wonderful thing about this is that we get to play 2 non-league games right away. And both of those league games were pretty good in terms of a power rating. Whitman Hanson and who we beat. Right. There we go. Let's flip back.
Back to action again. And Rogers with a quick spot pass overthrows Buzniak.
Yeah, a little high.
That was a third down play. So we're going to see 4th down here in about 15. The Warriors, we're going to send out Kyle Will for a kick here too. So that ball is just a little bit too high for Buzniak to come up with. And the Warriors are going to line up for the ball's on the 30. So this will be a 47-yard. Actually, no, it's on the 20. It's going to be a 37-yard attempt.
Yep. Well, we're gonna see what kind of leg Kyle Will has right here.
Snap's good. He's got a good kick right there.
Good. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is. Kyle Will with a lot of leg. That would have been good from about 42.
I think you're right, Doug. That was a great kick by Kyle Will.
So the Warriors pick up 3 more. 3 possessions, 3 scores, 17-0.
Okay, so we're going to probably get this so convoluted before we're done.
Nobody will understand it.
Nobody will understand it. Here's the bottom line. In Division 4, which Foxborough is right now, we're ranked number 10. Let me read the rankings to you. Number 1 in the division is playing number 2 in the division tomorrow. Westwood is, or tonight. Westwood is playing over in Holliston. Number 3 is right next door, Norton, who another team should be as small as in the Hockomock League. Medway, Situate, Apponequet, Bishop Stang, Hanover, Dennis Yarmouth. I'll tell you what, a lot of these teams have to lose for us to move up, and it looks like we.
All right, we're going to get on to Dave on the field.
Go ahead.
Hey there, guys. I was actually just testing your lip reading abilities last time. I guess it wasn't really working out. So, obviously a good start for the Warriors here. Sharon putting the ball on the ground a couple times is a big momentum push. But really, the encouraging thing is the performance of the running game. You got a little bit of the thunder with Valenza working pretty well so far. But Keon Neal, as you guys said earlier in the game, really pushing things by himself, finding seams where there doesn't seem like there are any at times. And, that's really encouraging after just logging single-digit rushing yards a week ago, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, David, we've got a mixture there. We know Valenza is the power back, and he grinds it, but every once in a while he'll show that burst of speed like he did on that draw play. So that's encouraging in the defense. Getting no turnovers has really been the difference in this game. Absolutely. So return there, we had London Chandler return Will's squib kick, and he brings it out to the 41-yard line of the Eagles.
Actually, that was Frank Sullivan, number 45, Dougie.
Oh, was that?
He was their fullback. No, that's all right. That's okay. No big deal. He's a big, strong fullback. He's their lead blocker.
And there was a penalty. That seems like after the play might have been a late hit,
maybe a late hit, or
something of that nature, but it was a 15-yarder, and Sharon is in flux. Oh, yeah, helmet to helmet.
Helmet to helmet. That'll get you 15 every day.
Yeah, that's Feaster right there. That could actually get you tossed out of the game under the new rules, too.
That's exactly right.
So Sharon breaks ball inside the Foxborough 45, and they
now
get
we're
Foxborough.
Offsides, I think.
Yep, this could be a free. Oh, they're going to blow it dead.
Oh, boy.
Not yet.
That could have been another 15.
They drew Foxborough offside. Good hard count by O'Neill there. And it'll be a free 5, and Foxborough's had back-to-back penalties that has set Sharon up in pretty good position for this series.
On the blue. Still first down.
Time to get back under control there, Foxborough. In the front line of the Warriors, we checking a couple numbers there. I see number 55, Brendan Duffy's at nose. He's done a fabulous job in the weight room in the offseason. I've heard all kinds of legendary stories about his strength, playing at the nose. And we're showing the linebacker blitz again, and they're coming hard.
Oh, yeah, and they got him hard, too.
Yeah, and Duffy's in there along with some of the linebackers. In number 89 for the Warriors, Brendan Lally assists on that tackle. So no gain, so bring up a 2nd and 5.
Somebody's got to call an audible at the line of scrimmage when you got 9 guys sitting in within 3 yards.
Absolutely. Especially when the play's designed to run up the gut. You're not going anywhere. So Sharon breaks with twins to their sideline in the power eyes still. And we're going to see a little deep handoff here. And, just smelled it under.
Nothing there.
Connor Longley was the first Warrior to make penetration there. And Smith had nothing. Swarmed over. They're going to give him forward progress, but he still loses a couple more yards in the process, and it'll bring up a 3rd and long. I'm going to say about 7 yards here from the 41, and we're down to under 5 minutes remaining in the half.
Took out a linebacker, added a defensive back. We got 5 defensive backs in here now.
Yep.
And obviously we're anticipating a pass by O'Neill.
Yep. Robert Hood's in there, number 79. We're going to have a timeout. Look at the size of that boy, Frank, coming off.
That's
Robert
a big fella right there.
That's a big boy right there, Robert Hood. And they actually don't even have him at nose. They got him playing at the D tackle. So kids just so darn big today.
Well, they certainly are.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So this game's been all Foxborough so far. The game a year ago, you and I were both over there in Sharon, and we talked about it earlier. The crowd for that game, and there's a decent crowd here tonight. Years ago, Sharon would bring very few people, and they'd have about 30 kids dressed. Times have changed, and last year when we were over at that game, and it was basically for all the marbles for the playoffs, and it was a hard-fought game. Foxborough was on the short side of a 14-7 outcome, but well-played game.
Yeah, it was. It really wasn't too much in question because Sharon had the 14-0 lead. We scored in the last period with a couple of minutes left. But, we talked about Sharon not being large in size last year, but quick as hell, and they were a very, very good, well-coached football team.
Yeah. So here we go. We got the 3rd and 7. And again, we're in a shotgun, and we get motion. Elizabeth's going to take the fake handoff. And O'Neill's going to keep this one, and he's going to take a pop by Salman Alam. who just stayed at home and read the play. Nice job by Alam right there. O'Neal had a little bit of daylight, it looked like, when he first turned the corner. There he is. You see 44 in the picture coming up.
I wonder if that's designed. Was he going to throw, or was he looking downfield? Didn't look like there was that many people downfield.
They certainly were hoping that Foxborough was going to bite on that fake handoff to Elisma. But, yeah, I don't think he was intending to pass at all, Frank.
Yep.
Now we're going to see trips to the left side. And it looks like Smith is the lone back with O'Neal.
We got him coming.
And he's rolling to his left side. And again, the coverage is really good. And this is Buzniak with the interception. And he's got some blockers out in front of him. He's going to reverse field. And he finds his seam. This is a great return by Buzniak. He ran about 50 yards to return it 30. But
I got to be honest with you. If I'm down on the field and I'm the quarterback throwing that football and I have to throw into the corner down there, you can barely see your receiver.
Yeah.
The fog is getting that thick.
He looks like.
You take a look. You take a look back there.
He's not open at all. Buzniak with fantastic coverage.
Yep, all over him.
And then you see, he comes to the near side, which we're at, the Foxborough sideline. He puts the brakes on, gets a block there, another good block right there. And the key thing is there's no penalty. Usually there's a hit in the back somewhere.
Yep.
When you get all that razzle-dazzle, there's usually somebody who either chop blocks or pushes from behind. But Buzniak gets about a 30-yard return out of that, and Foxborough stops the Sharon drive. Another timeout.
Defense is stepping up. They're stepping up tonight. They're playing a very, very strong game.
This fog is really getting thick, as you said, too. So at least from our angle up here, it's difficult to see. Yeah, you can see that. It's like that game in Chicago some years ago. And we're going to see Neal. Look at this. Ball's on the ground. That's going to be dead.
Yeah,
ground can't cause a fumble. He is a little slow getting up there. They help him up.
Yeah, we don't want to lose him.
He basically took a flip, but he gains about 20 yards. Going to come out and take a break. So we're just shy of the 50-yard line with 3:06 and counting. Foxborough looking really good here. Valenza alone back. And he's going to take the
He's got the
hand
ball,
off.
and he's going to go for about 10 more.
Yeah, he does. 11 to be exact. And Foxborough picks up another first down. And that's, again, the strength of Luke Valenza.
Timeout called by Mike Bordieri right here, the Foxborough's offensive coordinator. Let's take a peek at this one. Straight up.
This
up.
is
good blocking all around.
This is your two-way player here. Basically one of the top defensive players in the Hockomock League and arguably in the state. And he doubles as a pretty darn good fullback. So Foxborough has a 1st and 10, Sharon 40-yard line. Clock will start on the snap. Rogers with a quick out pass to Todd. He's got a blocker and Tommy Rogers in front of him. He turns the corner and gets out of bounds after about a 17-yard gain. Nice little play call there too.
Very nice play. Very nice play. The key is getting out of bounds with 2:39 left.
Yeah, Smith misses the tackle there and allows Todd to pick up about another 5-6 yards on that sideline. And they have a 1st and 10 inside the 25 at the 23. And again, Valenza's the lone back. We got trips receivers at the top, and Valenza's going to rip up the middle for a couple yards. He breaks it and gets a few more. 2.5 minutes. Foxborough's got plenty of time here. They probably got 2 timeouts anyhow left in the bag. They get 5 per half.
They haven't had a lot of timeouts tonight, Dougie.
No, not like we've seen in the past, Frank, where they make sure they use all of them, both teams. So Foxborough again shows trips to the near side. And Valenza once again is the lone back and draw play.
He's stuffed. He got on that time.
Not too many people were fooled on that. And there's number 50 down at the bottom of that pile for the Eagles. Noah Aspel makes a nice tackle. Short game brings up a 3rd and 4. Neal's back in now to the right of Rogers. Foxborough's got trips to the right, trips to the left, excuse me, and we're going to go underneath. And number 4 in the seam, I believe it's Darcy for the Warriors. Gerard Darcy, senior captain. He does have a first down, and we're at 126 and counting. It's a little slant pattern, Frank.
Yep. He was going to him all the way, too.
Yep. Safe call. So Foxborough just outside the 10-yard line at the 12. And we're going to see Neal. And again, he's going to just break this in.
Another
Boy,
touchdown.
when he gets close to that goal line, he knows what to do.
That's just an absolutely outstanding block by Brendan Kelly right there. Number 66. Just laid his guy to waste. The defender playing right in front of him. Great block. Way to keep your feet going, Brendan. Outstanding.
So the Warriors.
Like to see that again.
Warriors are just piling it on right now. This doesn't look like the same team that played all the games last week.
Wow.
Bad snap.
Fire.
Buzniak going to get smothered under. Never had a chance, really. Had 4 white jerseys on him before he got a chance to move. So the point after attempt does not take place, and Foxborough with 104.
Let's take a look at the block. Look at number 66 here. Just driving out of driving right. Took his man right out. Great job.
Sure thing. Then downfield, I believe at 73 might have been Booth.
Yep.
Was lead blocking downfield, which is, as a lineman, you know, your coaches love you when they see you get beyond that 3-yard zone.
You got it. Yeah, Nader and I talked about that last year a lot.
One of our favorites.
Yeah, Paul Nader. We talked about getting downfield. When you're a college football coach and you're looking at offensive linemen, the best thing you want to say when you walk off the field is, what does this guy do when the ball is being run on the other side of him?
Right.
If he can get downfield and block a defensive back, block a safety, block a linebacker, whatever, he's doing something every play, even though he's not the primary.
That's right.
That's not his primary mission. That's a great job by Booth right there,
Yeah,
too.
it certainly was.
Outstanding blocking up front.
And he's a junior, and we're going to see him next year. So back, we got Smith, Tyler, and Elisma. Evans Elisma, to be exact.
There you go.
And Will, again with another squib kick, and this one's going to be fielded. 34 for the Sharon Eagles. It comes up with that is Dean Graby, and he takes a good pop after a short return. Looks like, who's that there? Number 6 for Foxborough, who was involved in that. Looks a little shaken up there, Mark Wilson. Young underclassman, one of my former
On
players.
the kicking team, 5-yard penalty.
Very athletic.
First down.
Well, we got a minute left and a half, so that ball's going in the air.
Well, we're going to mark off another penalty, maybe. Yeah. Or, nope, they just had a bad spot.
Yep.
So Sharon has roughly a minute to try and make something happen here, and they're down by a lot. And there's Elisma in motion, and they're going to go right through the middle on a inside handoff. Number 42, I believe that is, for Sharon. Daylon Williams-Thomas. Senior running back.
That's probably not the call you want to have at this stage of the game. The only way they're getting back in the game is to score long, quick.
Now the fog is dissipated.
Yeah,
all of a sudden
crazy.
It's gone.
Crazy.
So Elisma doesn't quite know where to line up, and meanwhile the clock is ticking. Valuable time going off the clock. Sharon is, who calls the timeout here? It's Sharon, of course, okay. They lost about 10 seconds right there because Elisma didn't know where he was supposed to be in the formation. And that's on the Sharon coaching staff there, because when you see that kind of confusion, when you're under a minute and you need something to happen, you don't wait 10 seconds to call that timeout.
Exactly.
Not when you have 5 per half. When we look down on the field there, again, the fog is all of a sudden gone. Really strange.
That was eerie, huh?
Yeah, it was.
The ground must be warm with the rain, and the cool air is coming on top of it and
Yeah.
just forming a fog.
Well, the freshman team had a very nice victory yesterday. winning in the last seconds of the game on a 2-point conversion. They evened their record at 2-2. Sharon's freshman team, I am told, is very competitive, good team, and the Warriors were fortunate enough to come away with that W. So back-to-back wins for them, so that's good to hear.
Absolutely.
JV plays on Monday. So O'Neill comes out, and we got motion by Smith, and he is going to pass. He's going to roll to his left, and I think that's George on the pursuit there. Austin George, number 99, chasing him down, forces a bad throw. Incomplete pass will stop the clock with just under 16 seconds remaining.
They got to have some quick passes, Doug. They got quick slants. The pass patterns they're running are it's so time consuming.
Yeah, and you look right now, Bosniak is on the far side of the field, and 88, I think, is Martinetti. They're deep. They're 20 yards downfield, so they're playing like a prevent defense almost. They're not going to let anybody behind them.
No. But if you to counteract that, you go underneath it.
Pick up a 20-yard gain. You're right.
Absolutely.
And Sharon has the Twins to the Foxborough side, and O'Neill drops back, and he does try to go underneath and incomplete pass.
Yep.
So it'll be 4th down, 10.9 seconds remaining. So Sharon has an option here of going for the home run ball or trying to get one short one and get another play in before the half. They need to pick up the first down. If they don't get 2 yards or more, then Foxborough will take over and probably just take a knee. Again, twin formation, both left and right. We got a fumbled snap, and this is almost a lateral pass.
You know, it looked like he faked taking a knee, Doug. It looked like to me. I want to see it again, but it almost looked like he faked taking a knee.
2.5 seconds remaining, so Sharon calls a timeout. They'll have one more, but yeah,
let's take a look. Let's take a look at.
He
bobbled the ball.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Just to try and fool the defense, but that ball almost from where we are, and we're behind the play. That ball almost looked like O'Neill did throw it backwards, too.
Yeah.
He was just happy to get it out of his hands because he felt the pressure. But Sharon does pick up a first down there at the Foxborough 37, and they'll have time for one last play, barring a defensive penalty. The half should end. Yeah, lively crowd here tonight. It's been
senior night.
Senior night brings out a lot of folks earlier than normal. Kind of like a lot of us found out just around game time that it was senior night. Usually reserved for your last home game of the year, but things have changed with this new scheduling format. So Sharon lines up, and again, a little bit of confusion over there. They got guys flip-flopping. They got trips to the left.
3 defensive players on the end zone.
Yep, and O'Neill's going to
let it go.
Just let it go up to the trips receivers, and this ball should just be knocked down.
Intercepted again by Bosniak's touchback.
In the end zone. So Bosniak's got 2 picks here to end the half, and the Warriors go to the locker room with an impressive 23-0 score here. Bosniak really got up there for that ball.
And there you go.
So it's been all Foxborough here, and they also, I believe, get the second half kickoff. So we're going to go down to Dave on the field. Dave, what do you got for us?
Boy, I'll tell you, you guys were spot on with the wasted time there at the end, at the beginning of the drive. I'm counting about 33 seconds they lost in between those 2 plays, and as you see, it ended up being pretty key. Obviously, they got to go for a kind of a long pass attempt, and you saw the end result, another interception for Bosniak. But altogether, a really encouraging first half, I should say. I still don't know how Bosniak caught that ball in the fog the way he did a couple
we said the same thing,
ago.
David.
I don't know how he could see anything down here. Just down here at field level, it was a mess then. Like you said, it's dissipated, but an encouraging first half. They definitely seem to have their rhythm going right now, and all good things down here in the Foxborough sideline.
Yeah, that's nice to hear, and again, being down there, you're getting to see some of that first-hand action, and we've heard a few good pops down there too, Dave, so they are hitting. So from up here, it looks all good. when we can see it. And we're going to go to halftime here. The band's going to be playing, and Frank and I will take a break, and then we'll come back and get you started for second half football.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're proud to present the Foxborough High School Marching Band. The band is directed on the field by senior drum majors Angie Jackson and Brenna Lincoln. Featuring Jack Sharon. Features music from the famous American Broadway musical West Side Story by Leonard Bernstein. Songs include Maria, America, featuring the percussion section, Mambo, Somewhere in Tonight. Our solo dancer is Julie Nicholson. Once again, please welcome the 2013 Foxborough High School Marching Band.
One, two, three, four.
Okay, welcome back to the second half action here. The Warriors of Foxborough and the Sharon Eagles. Sharon will be teeing up to kick off to the Warriors, which first half was nothing but Foxborough.
Yeah, Foxborough dominated every facet of the game, Doug. Offense, defense, special teams, everything.
Yeah. We'll see the stats. Frank McDowell, our crack statistician down there, look at that. Just, if you look at that, you know who's ahead in the game. You don't even need to score. The turnovers down at the bottom is huge. That led to a couple of Foxborough early touchdowns. In the rushing yards, Neal, he's probably got 100 yards.
Valenza's not too far behind him.
Valenza's probably got 50, 60, but
Yep.
Neal has to have 100 yards in that first half.
Sure.
So Sharon tees it up. And
there we go.
boots back there, and this is going to be Jess Todd inside his 15. He gets a block by Buzniak and gets another. He's free, and there he goes. He's going to get caught from behind.
Wow, he passed in Sharon territory about the 39, Doug.
Yeah, that was your guy, London there.
Chandler.
London Chandler saves a touchdown. But Jess Todd found some room there. Got a couple good blocks. Buzniak gave him one, and Connor Downs gave him another one, number 41. So nice opening kick return here, and Foxborough sets up shop at the Sharon 36-yard line. And Rogers goes to Neal, and Neal gets dragged down from behind. Number 45 for Sharon is the tackler there. That's Frank Sullivan. And he gets a short gain of about a yard. One of the few times that Neal's been bottled up tonight.
By no means is that a small defensive front by Sharon.
No,
either.
it's
That's,
not.
That's as big as I've seen in a while. They got to go 230 across the front.
They're just getting blown off the ball in most cases.
This is a well-oiled offensive line tonight.
And his little toss to Neal. He's going to try the right side. And Brendan Kelly sprung him with
Another
a great block.
Brendan Kelly played a fabulous game.
Yes, he has.
As has Booth. Not that the rest of the offensive linemen haven't done well, but they're the ones I see blocking down, going downfield, pulling.
You see this.
Let's take a look at this play.
66 is the guy you want to look at here. And here he is out downfield.
Doing his job.
Excellent job. So first down, and now we're going to see, I think this is Valenza's going to try the off tackle, and he's still not down. Booth providing the block there. Valenza just refused to go down. Squeaked out about
that was a
3
nice
yards.
Block. Excuse me, Dougie. I'm sorry. Nice block by Jonathan Tang, number 54, too, in there, left guard for Foxborough.
And this is like old-time Foxborough football.
Absolutely.
We're seeing here, just grinding.
Dougie, tell them what you saw in the yearbook.
Oh,
about the
geez,
85.
the 88 team. This is the 25th anniversary of the 88 team, and after this play, I'll finish the little story here. Rogers again in the pistol, and he gets a toss to Neal. He's going to try left side again. He's got a seam, and he's got 6 more.
Gone.
Wow, that kid is elusive.
Men with boys.
Yeah,
Men
Keon Neal's got some great blocks here to spring him, but even then, after he clears that first line, he had to make a move or two. And
absolutely.
They can't catch him.
Last 15 yards all by himself.
So he's got 4 scores tonight.
Yep.
And that line deserves a big round of applause here because they did a fabulous job on that drive. And Kyle will tee it up with Buzniak holding it. We're going to see the snap here shortly. There it is. It's rolled back once again. And,
another ground ball.
Another ground ball. So that's 2 back-to-back snaps that have not got cleanly back to Buzniak, and there's no. So here you go.
Let's take a look at Neal
the
here,
toss.
yeah. Yep.
And look at the line pulling out. Like you said, 52's out there, 73 Booth's out there. And he looks like he's just like slalom skiing through the line there. 52, Liam Whiting. Well, anyhow, the 88 team, Coach Martinelli's second Super Bowl team, doesn't matter. But Chris Cady was often called the star of the team because he scored the winning touchdown in the last minute of the game against North Attleboro, the old Sullivan Stadium. Tom Nalen, future Denver Bronco NFL player, just had his number added to the Ring of Fame there at Denver's Field last week.
And probably going to be an NFL Hall of Famer.
Could be.
Too.
I mean, John Elway says the best center I ever played with, one of the top 3 in his mind in NFL history. So, team was loaded with talent. But what was more impressive is they were 11-0, Hockomock League champs, Division III Super Bowl champs, number 4 in New England. The freshman and JV teams were also undefeated. Freshman 10-0, JV 9-0. And that was commonplace back in Jack's early years. Top to bottom, they would hardly ever lose.
If you lost a game, it was a heartbreak.
It was.
In the whole season.
That's right. And that was at all 3 levels. So another squib kick, and that's going to go to Smith, I believe. And it is, and he's going to get a few yards, but not much more than that. But that was, when Foxborough football was really dominant. And the Hockomock League, since then, the landscape of the Hockomock League has changed with the addition of some of these other towns. But the talent on teams that we used to roll over, it doesn't happen anymore. King Philip is a strong program now. Sharon, a Super Bowl champion last year. Stoughton's back.
Yep.
Oliver Ames is building a program over here that's being very competitive. Then you mix in the big schools. Attleboro's having a great year this year. People are saying they're the real deal, Frank.
Yeah, they are a good football team. They are a good. We're going to find out how good they are tonight.
Yep.
Because they're playing Mansfield tonight.
There you go. So here we go. O'Neill takes nothing there.
Nobody
He's
home.
going to try that little inside handoff, and number 45, Sullivan, has nowhere to go. And again, Alam is in there on the tackle. I mean, you can't abandon your running game right now, but you got to mix it up a little bit. You're down by 4 scores, and there's not a lot of imagination here. Valenza's there, Alam's there.
They got a guard pulling, and there's 2 guys behind him in the backfield as he's pulling.
Right.
That's how quick they are tonight.
Connor
I
Longley
got to be honest with you, a great job by Joe Heinricher putting his line together this year. He did a great job last year with him.
Yep.
Looks
like a broken play.
Yep. He's going to get hurt.
Yep.
When everybody leaves on an offensive line, which is basically what happened, we might have 1 kid back. The line has to be rebuilt, and it takes a couple of games to get this going. We've had some tough games so far this year, and we've had a couple of good ones. So
if this is by design, it's not fooling anybody.
No,
he takes a
doesn't
couple
have enough
shots here. You don't want your quarterback taking hits like that.
Nope, not with the season ahead of you.
No. Sharon calls a timeout. They get back to the original line of scrimmage. Actually, they're still shy by about a yard, so it's going to be a 3rd and 11. But to your point, Frank, that the line, Coach Heinricher should get a lot of credit for doing it. But the kids themselves, they work hard. They have a philosophy. They buy into it. They get in that weight room. Some of these kids, they're not always necessarily big. We know the Kelly boys, for example, were always 5'8",
195 pounds.
But they could move. They were tough.
Foxborough always had great guards, great offensive guards. Not that they have had bad tackles or centers, but they've had great guards.
So here we are, 3rd and long. O'Neill's changing play at the line of scrimmage now. It looks like he's calling audible. Again, we're going to see a formation shift. Sharon looks all out of sync here. And the Foxborough's coming, and that's Valenza.
Luke is all over
This is thrown up for grabs, and Wilson almost has an interception.
Luke was dragged all over him, dragging him to the ground as he got rid of the ball.
He never stood a chance. Eddie Zhu, number 3 for Sharon, basically stopped Wilson from picking that off and going for 6. Look at Valenza. He's being held. He's being held, and then there's Wilson. Now Zhu turns into a defender right there and knocks that ball away from Mark Wilson. Or it's a pick 6. We get a bad snap on the punt.
Boy. They got all kinds of trouble going here. They got a nice bounce, though.
Yep, they did get a nice generous roll of about 10 additional yards, and the ball will be down at the Foxborough 49-yard line. But yeah, this is not what we expected. You said at the start of the game that Sharon had lost a couple heartbreakers.
But they were coming off a win.
They were coming off a win, and I too read some of the clips in the newspaper, and they were talking about that. They are a program that is solid. I mean, they come off Super Bowl, but they didn't lose everybody from that team.
Exactly.
This Elizabeth kid is a really good ball player, but Foxborough has shut him down tonight, and O'Neill's a good quarterback.
Right.
So Rogers takes a snap, and this time he goes to Valenza on the inside handoff, and Valenza will grab a couple before he's dragged down. Loses his helmet in the process, so he's going to have to check out for a play. Sullivan on the tackle for the Eagles.
Ball's carried down to the Sharon 49.
Coach Badiri calling a really good game here tonight, too. Mostly on the run, but he's mixed up the runs well. And we're down 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Rogers takes a snap. He's going to pump fake, and he's going up top to Todd. He had him wide open, too.
He did have him wide open.
Nice play call there.
He's only had to throw the ball about 3 or 4 times all night, hasn't he? Well,
no reason for it when you can run.
No, this reminds you of the old Foxborough playing the old Sharon. Right now, they're dominating every facet of the game.
Yeah. And there was a period of time where Sharon actually, I'm not going to say dropped out of the Hawk, but they basically took a
They
hiatus.
wanted to. They wanted to. They wouldn't let them out.
They went out. And the thing is Towns, it's funny, we know this because our kids have played sports at the high school. You go to certain towns and they have their strengths. Sharon, tennis. I mean, I went over to watch a basketball game a couple years ago when my daughter was playing. I looked at the gym, and there was 1 year in like the last 34 years that they weren't tennis champions.
Yeah.
It was like, you just look at the banner, and it's like year after year after year. And you say, like, what year is missing? It took you a minute to figure it out. But they're dominant in like that, and they're good basketball teams, too.
Sure.
But football was never their forte.
And I'll tell you, Joel Peckham puts together pretty good baseball teams over there, too.
Rogers rolls out. He's got a receiver on the sidelines. I think who's that? Is that Tommy Rogers, number 7, with the grab and enough for a first down. So the sticks will move, and Foxborough's now in Sharon territory. Just a little out pattern here. Rogers rolls out, buys himself a little more time. And Tommy Rogers, short-handed receiver right there. Underclassmen. Again, the Foxborough's strength is their underclassmen. They're going to have a real good team next year.
It seems like it, doesn't it? I mean,
It
a lot
does.
of these kids are coming back.
They are.
A lot of linemen coming back. I like to see when the second-year linemen come back that have started as juniors, look out.
Yep. Ronnie Martin, number 32, checked in, and he got the carry there. And Ronnie picks up a good 5 yards.
And they've got Martin, who Jack is very high on.
Yep.
He told me he's very high on that young man, sophomore.
Yep.
And, of course, he's got Neil back. They got 2 good backs coming back.
Yep.
Quarterbacks coming back. How many receivers he got coming back, Doug?
Gilreath will be back. He's definitely a top-notch receiver. And Buzniak as well. You know, there's good hands by Todd. He gets a block by Tommy Rogers. Do we get a flag over there possibly?
Holding.
Yeah, we do.
And holding on us.
That's such a good block by Tommy Rogers. It was called a hold. And but what great hands right there demonstrated by Jess Todd.
Yep. Let's take a peek.
Holding number 7, blue. Going to replay second down.
Ball's outside of his reach, and he goes up for it. And as Tommy Rogers gets called for that block over there. So result of the play is a gain of 1. With the penalty marked off, it now brings up a 2nd and 9.
I think that's JC who made that call. You know John Collins?
Yes, very well.
Yep, I think he made that call.
So, again, we have Martin in the backfield, and Rogers is going over the middle. And there's Gilreath right there, number 13.
Looks like he's got some size to him.
Yeah, he does. And, again, I saw him a couple years ago playing freshman ball, and I was very impressed.
Nice catch.
Yep, and he knew he was going to take contact, too. So, you like to see a receiver who's not afraid to run into the middle. He picks up 8. We'll bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Warriors.
How's the sophomore class, Doug? How they?
They had a nice freshman team last year. You got to see some nice stuff out of them too, Frank. Oh, Martin bobbles the handoff, but he's going to fight his way ahead for the first down. Martin is in that class. Connor Downs is a ball player. They got a young quarterback, Darren Kelly. Was thrown into it last year. Never really played quarterback before. He was a defensive back, running back, and A.J. Dooley turned him into one of those Tim Tebow's, but with a lot more athleticism. He could run, he could throw. It was very exciting watching the freshman team play last year. So the sophomores and juniors certainly will be the backbone next year when they're juniors and seniors together.
Yep.
Foxborough spreads 3 to the wide side. Again, Martin's the single back, and he's going to take a handoff, and he bounces off 3 guys, one after another, and he fights ahead for about 6, maybe 7 yards.
Take a look at Zach Smith on this thing. Take a look at 72. We got to get this again if we can, Michael. Let's take a peek. Right tackle.
Yeah, they're
72.
downfield.
Down, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to take him about 7 yards down.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going,
He is.
Zach.
Look at it. He's
Outstanding.
past the first down marker.
Absolutely. Outstanding, Zach Smith. Great job.
So Martin does get 7 yards on the carry, so it's a 2nd and 3. Ball's at the 20-yard line. And
they're offsides.
Yeah, they are, and there goes Martin. Man, does he have room.
Yep.
He's inside the 10-yard line, so Foxborough will decline this penalty. They got Sharon to jump, and Martin rips off like 13 yards right there. You can see why Coach is high on him.
Yeah. He says he told me, I shouldn't even say it. He told me, let's just put it this way. He's very high on him. Jack's very high on him.
Just nice hole again. You see, once again, Smith downfield 72.
Yep.
But Ronnie Martin just barrels ahead, carries a couple defenders the last yard and a half. And now we have a 1st and goal at the 7. And Martin is going to take this. No, it's going to be a fake. Had me faked out. Rogers takes a pop. He takes another pop.
He took another one, boy.
Ugh.
That looked like almost a head-to-head thing.
Yeah, sure did. I was faked out completely. I saw Martin take off to the left side. I thought he had 6. There was nobody out there. And
yeah, let's
let's
take a peek at the level. Oh, there you go. This you want to see right here. Watch Rogers get the 2nd hit.
Yeah, the first one's not as bad.
No.
He knows it's coming. There it is. Now he's not down yet. He's going to take another one.
He's going to take another one right here. Watch. He
decides to stay in bounds, like only your quarterback should not do, and boom.
Then he got another one. That was a head-to-head, by the way, too. That should have been a penalty.
So we have a 2nd and goal, and now we see. Oh, Valenza takes a shot.
Wow, that was a great play. Great play by
65.
65. Let's get his name.
You don't normally see Luke Valenza take a pop like that
and go down immediately.
Was it 69 maybe?
No, 65.
No, it might have been 69.
Okay.
Adrian Lingo.
We'll give him credit.
Maybe we'll get a better look here. Boom. Yeah, that just
good stick.
That is a great textbook tackle, and that's something. That is 69. Adrian Lingo. That's something you don't see happen to Luke Valenza too often.
No.
So the quarter will come to a close, and Foxborough will be taking a 3rd down and goal. What? Yeah, I saw him. All right, we're going down to Dave here.
Hey there, guys. Not a lot of success, obviously, for Sharon offensively tonight. They only have 1 first down in, I believe, their last 4 drives. And really, you're seeing Foxborough try to mix it up here a little bit, giving Ronnie Martin a little bit of an audition. And really, a couple drives ago, more toward the end of the first half, but you're seeing it a little bit here in the second half as well. Mixing it up, getting a few passes out there. That was an element of their game that they really wanted to try to get in sync. And you saw it with the last drive in the first half, really completing a few passes for first downs. And even if they're short yardage, little dump-offs, little passes in the flat, just to give the offense a little bit of a 3rd dimension there. And really, everything's working out well for them so far tonight.
All right, hold on to that. We'll come back to you in a second there, Dave. Here we are at 3rd down. We're going to get the toss play to Valenza. And he's going to get 6, I think. They're going to mark him shy. Did a great job of trying to reach ahead with that ball. Got it down to about the 1-inch line. Dave, you were just down at the other end zone where Foxborough was on 1st and 2nd down. And how about those couple hits there? The one on Rogers. That's your quarterback. What do you think? Was it a solid hit? I mean, the second one, not so much the first one he took.
Well, they definitely gave him a little bit of a pop down there, but, you know, he was staying on his feet. He's trying to make some yardage up along the sideline. I didn't look at it as anything that was dirty there, but he definitely took a little bit of a pop. Looked to be fine. Just the usual stun of a good hit, I guess, would be the way to put it.
And the one on Valenza, too, you normally don't see Luke get stopped in his tracks like that. You know, we couldn't hear from here because I got the headphones on, but I bet you if I didn't have them on, I would have heard some pads popping on that one.
Right. Well, I'll tell you. I mean, that's one thing I've noticed with the Sharon team. You know, they've got some bulk in the middle. They've got some guys that can hit. It's just a matter of trying to put it all together. You've seen them disorganized at times tonight, and you know, not getting the play in time, or just not having an idea of what they're doing at certain times. And you know, those sort of things are definitely hurting them. But really, Foxborough winning in most phases of the game, as you guys have said.
All right, Dave. Thank you. So here we are, 4th and inches for the Warriors. I think Rogers is going to keep this one. Nope. Valenza's going to get in barely. He got wrapped up early, but spun off that tackle, and Luke earned that one. That was not easy. And again, looks like he went behind Kelly, goes up, gives a little pat on the helmet. So Brendan Kelly's earned his pay tonight.
Think he's had a pretty good game tonight?
I think he has. I think that whole line deserves you know, a lot of credit for, like you said earlier, Frank. They've just been solid across and downfield blocking and even the pass blocking. It's nice to see them play that good as a unit. So will attempt. Now we get a good snap, and Will
missed it.
Yeah,
he got it partially blocked, I think.
It might have been. So normally Kyle Will, who's very solid in the kicking department, nailed a long field goal. We're going to see the touchdown here.
Let's take a look at Luke.
Boom. And was that maybe number 41? 41 for Sharon. Just couldn't. He didn't have the strength to keep Luke out. Kevin Jones. He's only a sophomore, Kevin Jones, and that was a solid effort on his part, but Valenza just too strong and spun off and fell in. So the Warriors have somehow managed to get to 35, which based on the fact that they've only got one extra point kick tonight.
They got the field goal, though.
They got the field goal, and they had a 2-point conversion. So they've made it to 35, and from this point on, I would expect to see a lot of our junior varsity players getting some time out there. 9:22 remaining in the contest.
Yeah, I got to tell you, to be honest with you, I didn't expect this tonight, Doug. I thought this was going to be going right down to the wire. But Foxborough came out to play. Jack had him prepared, as he has all of his teams prepared all the time.
And Will once again with the squib kick that goes deep.
Pick it up and go, kid.
This is Smith, and he's got a little bit of room, but not much. And there's a flag behind the play. Blaine Newhook, number 40, on the tackle, along with Will LeBron.
That's coming back, too.
Got a block in the back, number 51, White. Half the distance.
So everything is going in the wrong direction for Sharon. But Foxborough needed this win, as you said at the outset. At this point in time, having 2 losses, they really need to win out to get themselves a secure spot in that 18 playoff.
If they do win out, Doug, they will be in there. They will be one of the teams that will be in the playoffs. There's no question, because their 8 teams are going, and they'll be one of the top 8 teams. There's no question, if they win out.
Right.
And they've got a team that they should beat next week in Milford, now coached by the former defensive coordinator over in Mansfield, Joe Todd. The offensive coordinator in Mansfield, Johnny Sparazza, is their offensive coordinator. And they're going to take a losing season for about as much as I would take a losing season. Next year, I guarantee you that Milford is going to be a team to be reckoned with. Mm-hmm. That's not going to happen, because they're coming from, those are outstanding coaches. They come from great stock. And then you got Canton, who should be a win. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Let's face it. I think Sharon beat Canton already.
So here we go. Sharon just trying to grind out and get something to work here. 2nd and 10 play. They pick up a short 2. Just really no room to run for them. This one's all but mailed in. Coach Morse over there basically hasn't had an answer all night long. Foxborough starting to sub in guys. We're seeing some of the starters check out.
Don't want to get anybody hurt at this point
No.
in the game.
So we have a 3rd and long, and we got motion on the left tackle.
Boy, everything's going wrong with
Yeah.
these guys now.
False
Yeah,
start.
I'm sure
White.
that they're not
Still good,
normally
though.
like this. This, whatever it is, they're out of sync tonight. Some sort of funk, you know.
You know, Jug, to be perfectly honest with you, I think Jack has had enough of Sharon.
Yeah.
You know, the last couple of years, it's. I don't want to use the word embarrassment, but I think they were embarrassed the last couple of years being beaten by Sharon. And even though Sharon won the Super Bowl last year, and they only lost 14-7 to Sharon,
Yeah.
I think they could have beaten them both years. So
Yeah.
I think he's had enough of this. This was a statement game for him, I think.
Oh, that's a good point there, Frank. And Coach never wanted to run up this. We're going to get
We're
a
gonna have
safety.
Holy cow.
Valenza.
Bad to worse.
Wow. Valenza and Jake Pond. And again, you know, Pond and underclassmen, they were all over poor O'Neal. God.
Wow. Yep. He's lucky he's alive, that
Yeah.
poor kid.
He's taking a few hits there. But, yeah, Jack's never been one to run up a score. But your point of being a statement game is just that we're not going to give in at all. We're going to grind it. We're going to show our strength. We're going to play disciplined football.
Yeah.
And, you know, you do that, you show that you are a good team. If they can play like this, all right, they should be able to repeat that week in and week out. I mean, you're going to find different teams are going to put up a better fight. But if you take care of your own business, as you know,
Yep.
then you stand a chance. If you can control the line of scrimmage or you avoid the turnovers, you know, eliminate some of your penalties. We've seen in some recent years where Foxborough has defeated themselves in some games because of the penalties and stuff like that.
Yep.
So the discipline part of it's key. So Sharon will elect to kick off instead of the punt. On the safety, you have that free kick option, and they're kicking off from their own 20-yard line. And that's a pretty good ride.
Pretty darn good kick right
Yeah,
there.
that ball went 60 yards. And Todd fields it. And he's still on his feet, and he brings it out to the Foxborough 45. So that was a 60-yard kick. That young man has a little pop in his leg.
He sure does.
And
You know, we're talking about other towns and other coaches. You got to give a lot of credit to Oliver Ames. Oliver Ames dismantled this Foxborough team last week, and as many of us know, their head football coach came from our program, Jimmy Arts. He was the offensive coordinator here for many years, and he's done a great job. He's taken them to a Super Bowl. They'd never been to a Super Bowl before. He lost, but he went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
That's correct.
So you got to give a lot of credit to the Foxborough coaching staff and how football.
This is Longley in there
Yep.
now, and he keeps it for a short gain.
Well, what I'm trying to say is the Hockomock League has produced a lot of great football players, a lot of great coaches as well. I mean, you're talking about a legend here on our sideline. There's a man that's won over 225, I think, football games.
Yep.
I'm not sure exactly what it is, but you win over 200-plus football games. You're doing pretty well.
Yeah, you are. And actually, the Hockomock League in general, it used to always be Foxborough, North Attleboro, Mansfield. People would talk about the big three, and now you're looking at a league that basically has 8 to 9, maybe 10 solid teams in it.
Yep.
Just phenomenal football. So we have a second and about 6, and Longley hands off here. 21 is checked in for the Warriors, and that is Trayvon Lavalde. I think that's how you say his name, Lavalde.
He might be a
Trayvon.
sophomore as well. He looks like he's got some speed. There you go.
Speed kills, and he picks up about 4, and we're looking at a 3rd and 3. Longley's a transfer, Foxborough product, but spent his previous few years over at Zavarian Brothers in Westwood. Decided to come back his senior year. Bad snap right through his hands. Just just a little bit of lack of concentration right there. So,
Just missed it, I think.
yep, went through his hands, lack of concentration, but this will be Foxborough's first punt of the night. And it comes with 3 minutes left in the game. And Longley gets to do the punting chores on top of it. So, what do we got, timeout here? Sharon decides to call timeout. Not quite sure why.
They don't have the right personnel.
And Foxborough was short a guy as well as Liam Whiting checks in.
Well, Doug, with 2 minutes, 3 minutes left in this game, we don't have enough. Next week we're off. The week after that we're off.
And then we're back for Stoughton.
We're back for Stoughton, and that's going to count. We're going to know.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
Yep. More Foxborough people involved in that. We got Brian Caruso, the offensive coordinator, over at Overland. What a nice punt.
Yeah, that's a nice high one.
Oh,
And he takes a hit for it. Will LeBron on the tackle. Not exactly the smartest move by the Sharon return guy. I mean, that ball is so high up there, it gave plenty of time to get downfield.
Somebody's got to help this poor kid,
Yeah,
too.
they do.
I mean, the kid, that kid right there has got to say, hey, no, fair catch, fair catch.
Yeah. Was that Smith, number 3? Eddie Zoom, he took a pop that he should have had to take, you're right. But Stoughton, I mean, last year, Sharon goes to the Super Bowl, they win. Mansfield goes to the Super Bowl. Did they win or lose?
They lost.
They lost.
Yep.
And in my opinion, they weren't even the 2 best teams in the Hockomock League. I thought KP was in Mansfield's division, and I thought Stoughton
who also went 10-1.
Right. And they were a nice little run here.
Yep.
And Stoughton, I thought, was the best in our division.
Very good football team.
All right.
Yep.
And it's just how the tiebreakers play out.
Sure.
KP
Matchups.
And Brian Lee has done a great job over
Outstanding.
there, following in his father's footsteps, the legendary John Lee at Walpole. And KP has become a solid force the last few years. A lot of good athletes, running backs, quarterbacks.
And you know who's really overlooked here is Greg Burke over in Stoughton. He's just done a great job. He and Jack grew up together in Milton, too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And Sharon's got some new faces in there, and we're going to get a good little run here for first down. Number 8 on the carry.
Still moving, too. Get out to almost to the 40.
Carlos Grulon picks up about 15, 16 yards on a first down. So
let's take a peek.
Just straight ahead power. And again, you got to remember, you're looking at JVs playing in there right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's things like this that happen. Romero Rose, number 39, was in on the tackle, and here we're going to see another run up the middle. And again, it's just
another first down.
Yep, Rose again on the tackle.
Roll that clock. 20 seconds left.
Yep. Ball's at midfield. They may not even get another playoff. Didn't even give us a chance to announce some of the kids that are out there. This will be the last play. And
same
straight
kid
ahead,
again.
yep. And once again, Rose is in on a tackle, 65. Chris Malloy also in a tackle, and that's our ball game. Foxborough. Look, scoreboard shows you right there, 37-0. It's been a while since we've seen that number up there. All in all, truly good effort by the Warriors tonight, both sides of the ball. Not much more we can add to that, Frank. I just think.
Well, one thing I think you got to say, Doug, is that you got to say that the Foxborough coaches prepared for this game very well.
Right.
They did a great job offensively and defensively, especially defensively tonight.
Right.
Against a decent Sharon team. I mean, they beat them up 37-0. That's a pretty good beating for a team that hasn't beaten this team in 3 years.
Right. So. We're going to go down onto the field. Dave's down there. We'll do a little final wrap-up with Dave. Want to shoot down to him?
Hey there, guys. Obviously a nice finish to the game here. Like you said, kind of getting some guys some extra work late in the game. Hoping to be joined by Luke Valenza here in just a minute. So I'll talk to you guys in just a minute.
Okay. So before we go back down to Dave for final thoughts, we're away for the next 2 weeks. 2 road games that we're confident we should do well in. And hopefully come away with a couple W's and set up that big final matchup. All right, now we're back down to Dave.
Oh, I got to jump this picture. I'm sorry.
Well, that's a lot of excitement. The camera will do that to a few young men. I think when we did the Super Bowl, Frank, was the last time we saw excitement like that when we were up in Burlington or wherever.
Acton
Boxborough against Burlington.
Against Burlington, yeah, we won that game. You were down on the field. I was in that stanchion sliding back and forth. I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, that was quite a treat for us that day. But yeah, so are we going to be able to get back down to you, Dave? I think we are. There's Luke Valenza.
All right, Luke. Well, obviously a nice game out there for you. First question, really, just how important was it for you guys to kind of put behind last week's game and get back on the right track here?
I mean, it was huge. I mean, it was a Hawk game. We really needed to make a statement in the Hawk, and we did it. We did it today. We proved to everyone we can hang with anyone, beat anyone.
Running behind Booth and Smith and Kelly and some of those guys today. I mean, just everything was opening up for you guys. Keon obviously took advantage of that, and you had a late score too. Just tell me what it was like behind those guys today.
It was unbelievable. I mean, my offensive line did unreal. I mean, they blocked their hearts out, and they made some great blocks, great plays for setting us up. And Keon did unreal. Got a lot of touchdowns, racked up a lot of points, and that's how we got the game going. That's how we got all momentum.
That late safety, was that the whipped cream on top and the cherry on top there?
That was definitely the whipped cream on top. Oh, yeah. I loved it.
All right. Hey, sounds good. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate it. Back to you guys up in the booth.
That's a football player right there, folks. If you haven't seen a young man up close that loves the game of football, you just saw him, and he brings a lot of excitement on both sides of the ball. So final score tonight, Foxborough 37, Sharon Eagles nothing. Overall, just a super effort on both sides of the ball, special teams, everything. And the Warriors are back into the hunt, and we'll just keep status on them the next couple weeks. And
Whipped cream Valenza.
Whipped cream Valenza. It doesn't sound right, does it?
No.
So for my partner, Frank Jaffoon, I'm Doug Seuss, the Cable 8 crew. Once again, great job, guys and gals, down on the field and in the truck. And we're proud to work with you, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks a lot.